All right, everybody, we are back, baby. Let's go. I do apologize about the hiatus. It is 150% my own fault. Life catches up on me quick. This is my busy time for job in between ICC and trying to play and trying to do this. And I recently purchased a new truck, and I just had a lot of stuff going on, so I do apologize for the little bit of the hiatus from Overshot. But Overshot is back, baby. We will be coming back episode weekly with your favorite people, me and Waldo, and everybody else around the paintball world, man. So again, thank you for staying with us through this little break. But we are back, baby. We are back. This episode is going to be with Step Bros. They are a local team that compete in D5. We got a ton of them on this episode. I think between 6 or 7 drop in at some point in time. And they just give us all insights about how they started the team, how they all approach the game and their own views. It really is a great episode. But before we get into the episode with them, you know what I got to tell you about all the companies that help us. And of course, the one from day one, Dizana Sportsman. They are makers of DSF joggers, grind air gloves, and a ton of other things, custom jerseys, soft goods. I got a ton of their shirts. I mean, hats, like whatever you're looking to get, man, Dizana will help you out. My hair is Dizana will help you out, and they'll get you laced up. And whatever you get from their website, whatever is in your cart, if you use code Overshot when you check out, you'll get 10% all of it. They got a ton of stuff. The Islander jersey behind me is from them. All the Overshot jerseys are from them. Their joggers are sick for the summer. They're so lightweight and thin. It's perfect for when we get hot. And like I said, anytime you pick anything up from them, the code is Overshot, and you'll get 10% off everything you buy. And the second company that continues to rock with us is, of course, the best gear bags on the planet and the moon. That is Volcano, man. Their bags are just perfect, man. If you're a guy that needs to carry, 57 guns, 9 loaders, and 12 tanks, it might not be the gear bag for you. But for someone like me, I carry maybe 2 guns, 2 loaders, 1 tank. It fits everything, all my gear, mask, everything. It's literally the perfect size gear bag for that weekend baller and stuff like that. Like I said, if you're a guy that's going to carry 14 guns and 97 jerseys and stuff, this may not be the gear bag for you, but it is. I truly love mine. It's the only gear bag I've used. I have 2 other gear bags. They have not left underneath my bed in quite some time. So the guys at Carlos are always coming out with new designs, new shirts. So their shirts are actually sweet. I love wearing their soft goods. It's totally sweet. And if you want to get anything from them, their website is Volcano USA, and their code is Overshot10. You got to stick the 10 at the end to get 10% off your bag and whatever else you want to get. So thank you for continuing to support the show and everything like that. And like I said, this episode is with Step Bros. They're our local team. Waldo kind of takes the lead on this one, asking a majority of the questions. He knows these guys pretty well. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I'll see you guys in there. Take it easy, man. Peace.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Overshot, a paintball podcast. I know we've been a little MIA, but we're back here, and we're here with Step Bros, recent winners of the TSXL, recent guest of the Wolves, who got 3rd place at TPL, and as well as they've won back-to-back TSXL podiums. This one went a little bit not as easy as the ones in the past have went. Some roster issues, some new changes and stuff like that, as well as some adversity and things like that. But just want to welcome everybody to the show. I know we got Mike, we got Mark, we got Josh, we got Fuego. I know we're going to have Nico and Ryan probably in here in a little bit. So we're just going to kind of start it off with how you got into paintball, and then basically how you made your way onto the team Step Bros. So first up, we're going to go with Mike. Mike, how did you end up finding paintball, and how did you end up getting on the team?
All right, so I first started playing paintball when I was like 12 at Paintball Authority with my cousin, and then like I stopped, and then I got back into it like a year and a half ago when my other cousin took me to Cousins Paintball in Staten Island, and then I started going to Long Live like in the beginning of like 2020, and then I started I started with the Omens, and then with the Omens they were only playing NXL, so I wanted to play TSXL because they only played 2 events for NXL, and then I was like, I fuck that. and then I was gonna play with ballers, but then that's when the first TSXL and something happened, and then when Ryan took over, then I started playing with them.
Got you. So you ended up you were gonna play with Omens. They weren't kind of playing the kind of things that you were gonna do. Shout out to Omens. I know they're another long-lived team. And then you
Yeah.
kind of befriended Ryan. You weren't able to make it. The first event when it was Bowlers Inc. And then when it rolled into Step Bros, you were able to end up playing the events, and that's where you kind of play now. When you originally started back in those Paintball Authority days, was that mostly just like walk on play with your cousin, you saying, or did you end up being on a team or Step Bros kind of like officially your first team?
Yeah, Step was like officially the first team. Like at Paintball Authority, it was just like that one field, the speedball field, and we would just play like all day. And then,
Gotcha, man. So now rolling out from Mark, we're just going to kind of do it on the order that I see it on my screen. We're going to end up going to Mark. So Mark, how did you find paintball? How did you? I know you ended up having a team for a bit, and now you're kind of rolling with Step Bro. So how did that ended up coming to fruition?
So very, very long story short, I played, just almost 2 years now. Got back into it from when I was like a young kid. Played with another team, played a few local gym tournaments, and things weren't working out. And I got asked to play by Ryan, and just went from there. We played NXL Philly together, and we've been rocking ever since, and it's been awesome.
So your first
really lucky that I joined with these guys.
So that first interaction that you guys ended up having, I know it was originally so Ryan took over, Bowlers Inc. and then you had your team High Quality. So that first Philly event, we can kind of go into that a little bit, even as kind of that was the start of Step Bros.
Yeah. Yep.
From what I understand.
Yep. We went out to Philly. I brought a couple of guys with me that we all kind of gelled together with, and had a had a crazy Airbnb out there. Had a lot of fun, and took a shitty third, but we that was our first tournament together, so we learned a lot about each other, and went through a lot of adversity in that tournament. So
what kind of things ended up happening into that tournament? I know kind of just going down this rabbit hole though, but what were some of the things that you guys did to prepare to that event? I know you guys had a sick Airbnb. I think you had your own personal lake. I saw a bunch of shenanigans and stuff like that. But those kind of things, having an Airbnb with the boys, playing Xbox and whatever, messing around on the lake. I think those are the kind of things that off the field bring a team together so that you guys can perform on the field. So kind of just even roll into that, the touch base on that event for you guys. I know you said it's a disappointing third, but just kind of go into like, maybe the practice and then like the teams you guys played and then why you guys maybe ended up getting third and what you guys are going to maybe do to mitigate that or anything like that, but like what ended up happening in that event for you guys?
Well, I mean, the Lynches, we brought those guys in, and they're awesome. They help us out tremendously. So, I mean, it really starts with them, helping us out at practice. Because, like I said, it was our first tournament, so I thought it would be a lot harder to gel together, and it really wasn't. We communicate very well. I'm still new at the game. Like these, Nico and Josh, they're 14 years old. I mean, these kids are wiser beyond their years already. So I learned more from them than they probably learned from me. And, with Mike and Rob Lynch, overseeing everything and noticing the things that we don't notice about each other, it brings everything together a lot faster than I thought it would have. In Philly, I mean, yeah, they're playing Xbox, they're fishing on the lake, but I mean, these kids they're still thinking about nothing but paintball. I mean, I have the board with the bunkers and stuff like that, but I mean, we just talk paintball with each other. Yo, what are you thinking? Should I go here? And the talk isn't really that crazy. It's pretty simple, and we just make it work.
Absolutely, man. So now bringing it up, Josh, I know you're original. I mean, I would say original Bowlers Inc. guy. Ended up moving over with Ryan and Nico over to Step Bros. Kind of just touch base on where you got your starting people. Briefly on the Bowlers Inc. thing, and then kind of go into what happened with Step Bros. I know Mark kind of touched on it. Philly was the first event, but kind of just your start in paintball, and then how you progressed onto Step Bros.
Yeah, so I started paintball playing with my dad back in like I don't know, probably 5 or 6 years ago. I had a little Titman Cronus. Yeah, the little 50 pound, a 50
Yeah,
round.
were you even legal to play back then?
Who knows? Who knows? I used to use those 50-round pods for like pump guns. I remember those. So I actually have no clue what the field was called, but it was up north, probably like an hour and a half from my house in Marlboro. And then from that, I went to hardcore because I remember that me and my dad wanted to play, and it was like snowy outside. It was wintertime, and we had nowhere else to go. So we decided to go to hardcore, and that's where I met Ryan. I've known Nico for a while because we knew each other from sports outside of paintball. But that's how I met Ryan and John Seville. He's the one who got me really into skee-ball, and then I've just been playing it ever since at Long Live because they told me with the hardcore kids to go practice with them. So that's where I got into Long Live and all that, and then it's been basically just a family since then.
So did you ever play on hardcore kids or anything like that, or you were just like bopping around just playing like recreational when they had that whole hardcore kids team?
Yeah, so with the hardcore kids team, I was never really like a part of that. Me and Nico used to pit for them, and then I really started playing with like Crocodile Supreme too. They're like basically like all kids. So it kind of brought me into paintball. Playing with kids, it's way different. You know what I mean? Like the communication, everything. It's back then I was a little fucking 4-foot kid running around.
Now he's 4.5.
Yeah.
Dude, stay as short as possible, dude. Stay as short as possible.
Yeah. But yeah, so Ryan really got me into skee-ball, and then it just took off ever since. My first actual team was definitely Crocodile Supreme 2. We used to play like Jim Kim. I remember one Jim Kim tournament back in the day, like 3 or 4 years ago. Charlie Himmelstein. I don't know if you guys know what happened, but
when he wore the fat suit.
yep. So we were playing for first and second, and Charlie Himmelstein was wearing a fat suit, absolutely smoked us, and he started taunting Ryan, and Ryan was like, "Oh, who are you?" Because he started to realize that he had like a fake mustache and everything on.
So wait, so this is like what I always understood. You guys couldn't. He wasn't playing so good that you're like, wow, this fucking like rookie ass dude like is really D3. Like you couldn't tell. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a nerd and like I just like know everybody and I could probably tell you how many APPA points you have. But like I feel like I would have been able to tell. Like I would have been like, this dude's wearing a fat suit or like a big mustache. Like I don't know how. Like I get it sometimes. Like listen, I'll be straight. I didn't find out that John Savell had 2 APPA counts to like 2 events in. All right, like all right, I got it. I missed that one, but I feel like I would have been able to tell. Like Josh, like nobody, like it literally took to the end of the tournament for someone to be like, wow.
Man, I'm not even gonna lie. He pulled that off. It was perfect. You cannot tell that it was a fake mustache. He put his mask on perfectly at perfect time. But there was nothing. I'm telling you, you cannot tell until you actually like looked into it and you started taunting around.
So that was your first tournament win? Was when Charlie?
It was the Charlie Himmelstein one, and I remember crying on the way home in my dad's car.
All right, though, real quick, Big Mike will be back to you in a second. Speaking of Ryan is here.
No, that's Nico, but all right.
Whatever. It says Ryan on the thing.
Oh,
Don't be mad at me.
All right. Then let's go. Unmute Ryan / Nico, and then they can have their little say, and then we'll get into Fuego.
Yeah, so like how I started paintball was with Ryan. His first time was at a birthday party, I'm pretty sure, and he brought me like a year or two after, and I started playing with the Crocodile guys, and they really got me into it. And then I started playing with I think I made like my own team that I played like one Jim Kim event that did not do good at all, and we tried making jerseys, and that just did not do good at all.
Who was on that team? Anybody that plays now?
Nah, it was just me and Josh really that play now.
Dave Brady.
Yeah, just me and Josh. This was probably like 2 years ago, and then we
Wait, did
played.
you say Dave Brady?
Yep, he was on
Yeah,
the team.
Dave Brady played with us a little bit, and then
Tyler
Ryan
and
really.
James Stengel.
Yep. And that was really it. And it's just really me and Josh playing now with Ryan. And now we've made Ballers Inc. with Nick Brogan. And then Nick just decided to leave us. Nick just went bye-bye like so quick. And then Ryan took over. And we went to TSXL. We just showed what we could do.
Perfect, man. Perfect,
Yep.
Nico. So just roll over to Ryan real quick so we can get his little.
Yeah, he's not here right now.
Oh, okay.
My
All right.
phone,
No,
my phone's broken. That's why I'm on his phone. But I don't know where. I don't know where he at.
no, he don't.
Wasn't
don't
he
wanna
just
be a
next
part
to you?
Well, yeah, he ran upstairs.
Yeah, he don't want to be a part. We'll bother him later. All right. So real quick, Fuego, how did you get involved in this mess?
Well, I mean, I was playing paintball like when I was younger too, like around 14, 15 years old. And then I stopped from like 16 to like freaking like 27. And
Yeah, you're old like me.
decided
Let's
to go and
go.
play paintball. Yeah, man, I'm 27. So I decided
I'm
to
34.
Still not as old
go
as
to
me,
Long
so.
Live.
Yeah, I want to be 34 this year. You're not that old.
Nah, but yeah, so I decided to go to Long Live because I live like 15 minutes away from there. So I go to Long Live, and that's where I met Mark, and I met a couple of other individuals, and that's when we started High Quality up. And shit didn't go right. We played a couple events. We got some placements and all that, but at the end of it all, it didn't go right. So we merged with the Step Bros.
Me
Ryan
and
and
Fuego
Nico.
were a package
We
deal.
learned a lot from those guys. Younger than us, just like my bad. Just like Mark said, we learned a lot from those guys. They're younger than us and we're older than them, but they know the sport way more than us. So we just try to like be a sponge and take in all the information we can so we can be as good as them. Keep our game up high.
Absolutely, man. I know these kids. Ryan's been playing Jim's events for the past 5 years. Congratulations, Nico, on finally becoming T4 after playing Jim's events for 5 years. But I mean, these kids definitely been around the game, definitely been playing, definitely been putting in work and things like that. So kind of since everyone got their little time to shine, a couple minutes to kind of talk about things, I kind of want to and this might not be in order or anything, and we can kind of jump around because this is just how these things go. It's something that pops up into my head. Since we did just have you, Fuego, on now, we were talking about that NXL Philly event. What do you think was? I know you guys were smashing it through prelims, smoking people or anything like that. As someone that's a new guy to the team, less experience or anything, sometimes it's good to have a fresh set of eyes on things. What is your view on why that semifinals match didn't go as great as all the other matches that you guys were doing? Because looking at the scores, like I said,
I
you guys
feel like
everybody.
well with that situation, we lost due to like time management. So I feel like just stepping into a tournament that in the beginning of the tournament they want to be real lenient, and then towards the ending they want to go and be real hard on everybody, even for the most littlest shit. But that's a whole nother story. But I feel like we really failed the time management because we let the clock milk when we clearly knew that we only had a minute left. That could have been tied. We could have tied it up. But
Got you.
came
So
short, and I feel like we learned from that.
all right, so kind of going into that, just something on, as a lead promoter or something like that. Now, the refs that you guys had throughout the prelims, were they different than the refs that you guys had in the later rounds? Like, did you guys switch fields? I know they do that in NXL a lot. Or is it something?
we did switch fields.
So we went from playing on the I think it was the virtue field to the die field, which is like the semi-pro field. So I know that the wrestling was a little bit better there, but they were calling the smallest shit on the semi-pro field. So I guess that kind of did give us a taste of how it actually is playing on that higher level with those refs, but kind of bullshit.
Honestly,
I do. What's your dog's name? I gotta ask. What's your dog's name?
Mark.
That's Chief.
What's up, Chief? All right, you can continue, Josh. Sorry.
He's chilling. He listens to Waldo's podcast all the time.
Chief.
Is that the official mascot of Step Bros?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I bring him to Long Live from time to time. He runs around
That's
crazy.
the Step Bros mascot right there.
For sure. And Mark, will you ever get rid of the mullet?
I don't know, man. It's been a long time now. It started as a COVID joke, and now it's like everyone's growing their mullets out. I'm like, I've had mine for over a year. Now everyone's back in. I had one when I was a little kid. Now I have it now. It's like it's crazy. What decade do I live in? I don't know.
To the 80s for sure. For the 80s for sure. Whatever you watch, whatever you drink, whatever you eat, like I just feel like it's like an 80s time warp. It's like your signature though, man. So kind of going off that and everything like that. So Josh is kind of starting off with the season, with Ballers Inc. and everything like that. So kind of just go through maybe how the first two events with you guys went, and then we can have maybe Nico chime in, and then the rest of the guys can kind of go on and take it over from the Step Bro side of things.
Yeah, so I first got on Ballers probably right near Thanksgiving time or a little bit before that. I remember playing a Thanksgiving tournament with Ballers. I think that was like the first time I actually ever played for them. So throughout that time until TSXO, we were just grinding nonstop all day. We practiced I think 3 times a week, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Dude, let's go.
Yeah, for like months straight, and then that definitely taught me a lot with Broken being a coach. And then once the first TSXL came, I think we got second. I'm not sure. Was that the placing for us?
You got second and third, I think.
Yeah.
Ryan just said he's here.
He's here, but his camera looks like you're trying to watch porn when we were kids. So I don't know if we can hear.
That's on
him.
the black box. That's the channel 81.
Waldo, you're on mute.
Yeah, Waldo muted himself. This is a class operation.
Our official statement of the TSXL is we love all porn. All kinds. I don't think that's what's right.
What are you doing, Stat Bro?
Right, edit that.
Is that going to be on the next shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that it's definitely got to be on.
Yeah, it would have to be a T-shirt.
TXSL versus all kinds of porn. Oh God. We're the
Is
dumbest
Ryan
people on earth.
serious with this right now? Like,
I don't know, bro. Ryan, talk. Can you even speak? He's on mute too.
Ryan, why don't you try going on Nico's phone?
Or is it Nico?
Wow, he took his phone back.
All right, whatever. All right, so Bowlers Inc. First event, second place.
Okay. Yeah. So I actually don't remember. Oh yeah. So that's when we played the Pirates, that event in the dark. So I'm not gonna go into it. You know what I mean, Waldo? You know what happened. But
Unfortunately, things went.
I don't. Let's go.
Things went unfortunately a little late. It was dark. I'm just gonna say it. Like, we ran late, we effed up. Things went later than we wanted it to go. I know, they played the Pirates. Josh and the Bowlers Inc. guys played Pirates. I don't think Mark or Fuego was on the team. Nico was on the team. So they can definitely, there was a little controversy like there is when playing in the dark. But I think that's what was the start of one of the local scene's hottest rivalries right now. The Pirates. They're doing pretty well this season. Step Bros are doing pretty well this season. So I think that, and it kind of goes.
Yeah, we love breaking streaks. That's what we like to do. We love breaking streaks.
Oh, all right. So I know, and maybe Nico wants to even comment on this because we just had Josh commented. I know event 3, Bowlers Inc. ended up taking a disappointing third place loss. I know in their minds. I know most teams, they're really cool. They're like, oh wow, podium, great, everything like that. But I know after a pretty convincing prelims at event 2, you know what I mean? They 4-0'd Low Gravity, 5-1 Legacy. They had a little close call with Wolves in the prelims, 4-3. But then coming out of semifinals, they end up playing Bomb Squad and end up with a third place at the second TSXL. And I know they think they're. I mean, I know they know they're a good team. So it's still Bowlers Inc. at this time. So Nico, just kind of go into maybe event 2 for you guys, where you guys ended up playing Bomb Squad, and then ended up taking a third place to the Hurricanes. All right, maybe
Nico,
not
it's
Nico.
your turn.
This is what Nico
Yeah.
does in school.
What? Mutes and freezes?
No, this is the video he has playing, so it looks like he's in school, and it's just on
Exactly.
loop.
Oh, all right.
And it's just on a loop.
Well, Josh, you talk about it because Fuego and Mark weren't there. So
Yeah.
Fuego and Mark, we could talk.
I was in the
another
pits.
All
I was helping in the pits.
Mark was in the pits. All right, Mark. So from a pit guy's perspective, pit help is always big in these events.
I made a
especially
big Mike back too. I don't know if Mike was at these things, but Mike, I made a new back.
Mike, were you at
Oh, shit.
event 2 for the Bowlers Inc.?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you want to kind of? Oh, Mike was actually playing that event. So Mike, what did you think about that event? And kind of give us your rundown of it.
Oh, that event, that was in May, right? Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, yeah, we were solid in prelims. And then once I think we had a bye to the semis, right?
Correct.
If I'm not mistaken. And
Right,
then
bye. Directly to the semis. So you guys, we played quarterfinals, and you ended up meeting up with Bomb Squad for that event.
yeah, Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad they were solid. They were playing well all day. And then they just I think it was I think something happened, some bullshit happened in one play, but I really don't remember that event, to be honest. And then I think it was a close match too, right? I don't remember the score.
Yeah, it was 4-2. It was 4-2, and from what I remember, it was a pretty close
4-2,
match.
yeah. I remember it was tied. Yeah. It was something with tie. We tied, and then some shit happened. But then and then we lost that, and then we played the Hurricanes, and that was a close match, and then we took that event.
Absolutely. So, Mike, coming from a team that you guys feel like you guys should be on the podium every event, number one and everything like that. Just kind of going. I know this has been a thing in the past. I've had a team coaching Overshot in the past and things like that. How difficult is it to come back from losing that third and fourth that one to go right into the finals and playing that third and fourth place match? I mean, were you guys like, yo, fuck this, like whatever? I've had it both end, and then I've had it where it's like, yo, we're gonna fucking put these kids in the dirt. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, our team's young, so we're always gonna say, like after we lose, it's hard, fuck this, la la la. But we were upset that we lost, but we picked our shit back up, and then when we played Hurricanes, we stepped our shit up, and then we came out with third that event.
perfect, man. So, Josh, you have anything to add to that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna add to that. So it was a tough loss not making it into the finals, but we are all kids and we're broke. So that $350 or whatever it was for that third place finish was definitely appealing for us. So we had to fight for that.
Dude, it's a medal too, bro. Like
I remember
this been getting a medal and not.
Yeah. Nah, but honestly, we in all our minds, we're like the best team out here, and we should be placing first every event. To be honest,
Yeah. Anything short of first isn't.
It's
not good.
It's unacceptable.
It's not enough, to be honest. All of us, I mean, they knew each other longer, but I knew Josh, Ryan, Mark, it's probably gonna be almost close to a year. And we always just play with each other and shit. And like we got our chem, and you guys could see it as the last couple of events. Like we just been fucking killing shit.
You guys
Perfect.
have been crushing it.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna kind of roll right into it. I mean, I know we went over the first two events. Those were like Ballers Inc. Then we kind of touched on that. Step Bros. It was Step Bros High Quality. It was like it was a Ballers Inc. High Quality merger and stuff like that. Varsity was a cutthroat thing. Actually, so let's just dive right in. So like Mark, as from what I understood, the team owner of High Quality. What do you think? And you could just kind of give one thing, and then we'll go up to Fuego, and then we'll go down the past two events for you guys as Step Bros. What do you think was, to sum it up, was I mean, there's still people playing under that High Quality, whatever, but what do you think was the catapult to have you join into Step Bros? Besides that, they were already having a good team and you had a good time at Philly, but what was the catalyst to end High Quality or end your two involvement in High Quality?
To skip over all the behind the scenes stuff. Sometimes you don't realize things when you're right in the middle of it. And you need someone else to be like, "What are you doing playing?" Like, Ryan kind of spelled it out for me and was like, "Dude, you're not going to get any better with those guys. Like he didn't necessarily say you come over here, you're going to help us, but you're not going anywhere with those guys. So, get away from it as soon as you can because you're not half bad. So get away from it." And I was like, well, I mean, I can't just do that. I got a couple guys that I would, I'd never leave out in the cold. So like I said, I was a package deal with a couple of them, and now we have a lot of depth. And being the owner of a team, you know what the problem with that is, Waldo.
Yeah, man. It's like you just.
I'll tell you what, these kids, some of them are 14.
Runs the pocket.
Some of them are 14, and they're more responsible than 20, 25-year-olds, 22-year-olds. It's just, I want to play and have fun at the end of the day. I don't need any other bullshit, and there was way too much of it,
All right, just real quick, Fuego, I'm going to tag you off for a second. I'm going to tag him Ryan. He wants to tag in here.
Mark is a good guy, and we needed Mark. Mark's a good guy. He's good.
Every team needs a dad.
Mark's
and everyone that he brought with us.
The thing with him and Fuego was when they came, it's not like they didn't want to learn. They were open to it, and Ryan, being a great coach, he taught them a lot of things, and they used all of it in the games.
We needed a crash course fast too. I mean, I'm not that young anymore, so.
All right, perfect. So, blurred out screen there. Are you able to talk to us, Ryan, Nico, anybody?
Yeah. So I was just gonna go on with like the High Quality thing and like the Step Bros, like how we merged. So like the fact with when High Quality needed a little bit of help in like the Jim Kim tournaments, they picked up me, Josh, and Ryan, and then we realized that like Mark and Fuego did not belong in that type of group, if that makes sense.
Chris Hall.
And Chris Hall. Like they did not belong in that. Yeah, like they did not belong like with them. They needed to like bump up because we knew like that they knew how to play paintball. Like they didn't deserve to be stuck with those guys. So we took them with us. We moved them up to Philly with us, and then kind of went from there.
So it seems like Ryan and yourself have been eyeing up the talent at the local long-lived field and trying to swoop up whoever you guys can.
Yeah.
Hey man, if you can't beat them, join them in anything like that. So,
That's it.
and then let's get Fuego's take on the move over, and then we'll kind of roll into TPL, and then we'll roll into the last two TSXLs.
Yeah, sorry, Nick, don't go anywhere. Still be here. Don't leave. I'll bring you back in if you got something to say. But we're gonna bring back Fuego now, or Ryan, whoever that was. I can't see.
So Fuego, man, how did move work in your mind?
What's up?
I said so. We just got off over there with Nico about how the move went down and anything like that. So, anything you want to kind of chime in on the move or anything like that before we kind of roll into the last couple of events of the season so far?
Oh well, I mean, when they asked for me and to come to go play at Philly, I was with it no matter what, whether if I was high quality or not. And then as our time being there, it showed that we were at the level with these guys, and we can get like better with them rather than sitting around trying to polish up everyone else, but not everyone else is on the same page as us. That was a lot of issues that we had too. Like me and Mark, I get it. We're close to the field, and like we're local to it. But any free time that we had, and we were able to make it to the field, we would make it to the field so we can drill, get better at our game. And we seen the ones that really wanted to do it, and the others that really didn't. And that's what just showed the merge. And you can see who's with us, and you can see who's not.
Gotcha, Fran. Perfect. So before we roll into like the last two TSXLs, I know like again, kind of what happens, like the same thing, like it was like a Step Bros high quality, now it's Step Bros. I know a couple of you guys went down and played the TPL with the Wolves. I know it was so we could definitely. I know Nico ended up going. I know Mark ended up going. Josh ended up going. So I mean, we can definitely have the three of you guys speak about it. So Mark, just kind of you haven't been around a lot, but you played Jim's events, you played TSSL, and now you ended up venturing out to the TPL. Kind of just run down a little bit how that went down for you guys, and then because that could kind of go into a little bit of that kind of bleeds into the rest of the season and everything like that. So I know to kind of just go into that TPL event for you guys. I know a couple of you guys were asked to play with the Wolves guys.
Yeah, so I mean, we love those guys. We see them all the time. We go at it with them from time to time, but it's all love with them. They help us out just as much as we help them out. So when the talks came out of talking about going to play, it was awesome. I've never really been asked, to play so quickly, because I haven't been around that long. But it was cool. It was different because it was playing with the guys that we're usually playing against. But they really know paintball over there. It really wasn't a hard transition. We probably could have played a little bit better as a whole, but that was a tough tournament too. There were a couple teams there that neither one of us have seen. We got into it with the Pirates, so there was more adversity there than a lot of people could notice at first. But we did really good. Third place is unacceptable, but it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun mixing it up a little bit.
All right. So Josh, I know that you also played an event over there, Mr. Pitch Black, but give us your little bit of rundown of anything you have to say about that event.
Yeah, so like Mark said, we love the Wolves guys. Shout out to Mike Arlotta. Shout out to all the Rob Panarella, everyone over there. There was some shade with the Pirates again over there. I bet you've all seen the viral video of the backwards hopper dump and all of that. But
No, I haven't seen it. I'm just kidding.
yeah, so that was a fun event. I mean, it was nice playing against the people playing with the people who we're always against. We've literally never got the chance to play with them. You know what I mean? So it's fun seeing like both sides of how they're a team that goes bam, bam, bam. We're gonna run up the field, and it works for them. And we're like a more pocket kind of team. You know what I mean? Everyone goes into our guns. We just don't lose stupid gun battles. You know what I mean? So mixing it up was a lot of fun.
So kind of even to go into that, Josh, because I kind of brought up something in my head is that I don't know if any of you guys like watch the comp stream or something like that. I know some of you guys have reshared it, showed things like that, but I know a big thing that they were saying in the stream, and it's something that no dish, and Maddie did a great job. Allie, Mike Carlotta was in there, Maggot, those guys, a lot of great work that was done. Bob really tried to do his best. Besides, James got on that I think on that camera. James is beautiful. Shout out to him one time. But I mean, I think he was looking at the sky and the ground, and it looked like somebody. It was just looked all over the place. But kind of just going off that, I know you guys said, you guys kind of play a little pocket ball and anything like that. A lot of people thought that this past event that going down the snake hard and heavy was the way to win it, and going down the D sides. But you guys kind of showed that yeah, that was working for some teams, but you guys were kind of playing a completely different play than most of the teams were in anybody was really playing on that layout. And while it did show you some adversity, throughout the event and things like that, I think when it all came down to it is that you guys kind of stuck and rode that plan out to a win. So I mean, Josh, just kind of rolling it back to you. Were there any points or times in the tournament where you were kind of buying into maybe you guys should have been a little bit more aggressive down the snake side, or was that pocket ball thing ride or die? We're gonna ride this out. This is the way we got to win it.
No, so there's definitely some times, like in NXL Philly, where we learned that with the time going down, you got to run up the field. You know what I mean? And I think there might have been one situation where we had to do that in this tournament, and I think it was when we were 2-2 to Sinmob. And
those guys are tough. They played great.
Yeah, they're extremely good for how they started. You know what I mean? But there was that one point.
They got better.
The good thing about us is we could switch up from playing pocket to running up the field because we have the guns that can. You know what I mean? But all of our front players, they could play back. All of our back players, they could play front. So that's why I really like playing with these guys. You know what I mean? We're very diverse, and if we did need to run up that field, we could. Which in this tournament, I don't think we really did. Besides that one point, you know what I mean? Rolling our guns was the way to go.
And we're pretty versatile. Like, we don't always have to change personnel just to get something done. Like somebody can flip flop the field, and we can just come up with a plan real quick on the spot. We come up with some new stuff at the box sometimes. We want to go out there and play pocket ball, but sometimes it's like, oh, all right,
You got audible based on what you're saying.
and then we also can't forget, when we're in these 1-on-1 or 2-on-1 situations and Corey's out on the field, we know Corey's about to put in some work. Because that's what Corey does. He come in and do work.
A 1-on-1 with these other guys on the team, no doubt. Ever.
No, that's perfect actually. So let's if we could get Ryan or Nico back in here, definitely want to get their little thing. If Ryan could even talk for a couple minutes, would be great. Since it is kind of his doing and everything that kind of got you guys together and things like that. And definitely, shout out, Corey was the event MVP. He did pull out a lot of situations. The team actually pulled out many of situations where, I mean, even I saw even on the chat, and maybe this is why, shout out to Brogan one time. Brogan was like, concede, towel. Well, maybe that's why Brogan's not around anymore, because they pulled it out. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if there's four step bros, at 5, whatever, like end of the day, like, all right, there was 2 against 4. And it's like, that's just a good coaching move. Shout out to Mike and Rob Lynch. They didn't concede or anything like that. That just shows that they know the team enough and know the guys enough where they can make an educated decision like that. Because a first-time coach that doesn't kind of know these people, or someone that's maybe even a higher level coach, I've had this in the past, where they're just thinking, the mathematical of parts of things, where they're just like, all right, like mathematically, like we're gonna win this 10% of the time.
Analytics of it.
The analytics.
Yeah, those guys do a real good job with just kind of like knowing what everybody does and what their like forte is and what they're best at, because those guys will work with you and get you to do whatever it is that they need you to do on the field, because they're big on get your job done. So whatever your job is, you gotta get it done so you can win.
I think a big part of that
they
is
have a ton of trust in us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they help.
I mean, it was a
lot of these last 2 events, honestly.
We were playing Sin Mob, and they threw a major on Corey, and Corey's a playmaker. And the next point, we were in a 3-on-5, and on the live stream, they're saying, I mean, they should probably just towel this point, concede, and start fresh. We ended up getting a penalty on that one too, so we lost the 3-body situation that we almost won. Had to come out 4 bodies. won that point, and then came back and won 2 5-on-5. So they all can make plays, and the Lynches have extreme high levels of trust in us to get things done like that. When anybody else would be like, no, just towel it.
Where shouts out to the boys.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, the Lynch Mob have been around for a long time. They've seen every type of play. But Nico, tag in here. I know you've been dying to say something.
What do you guys want me to say?
Just talk about the move. Talk about the last event, man.
All right, so
Nico, did you forget you shot Ryan Greenspan?
Yo, can you get a? Can you
I'm
get a?
wrong.
We could get
That's
that.
Nico.
It's Ryan.
What's up?
Damn.
Ryan, your phone doesn't work.
Nah, my
Yeah, we
phone's
can't see
almost
none of
dead.
y'all.
You can't see me?
We
No,
can't
we
see
can't
none
see
of
you.
y'all.
Dude.
Y'all-
No.
Ryan, just talk, dude. Just talk.
I'll
Yeah,
try and get
just
on my phone in a minute, but last event was pretty good. Yeah, we play paintball a lot different than other D5 teams, though. Like, I break it down into the D side plays the D side. We have our own little thing. Snake side plays the snake side. They do their own thing. And then we have our center player, which is usually Mark, like 40% of the time. He just got his one job. And we've done this like 500 times. He looks off that one job. We probably lose the point or he ends up getting shot. And everybody here knows it.
It's almost like a football team, you know what I mean? With like
Yeah.
the O line, the defensive line. That's basically how we exactly do it. You know what I mean?
No, and that's how the good ones do it, man. Like everyone's got their job, and if everyone executes, like you said, just like football, just like basketball, man, they're plays. They're called plays for a reason. They're called plays in paintball too. And you execute the play, man, good things happen.
Yeah, we break things down though. Like the event before this one, so the third event, as soon as I walked on that field, it took me like 30 minutes. I walked the field Thursdays with all the guys. I tell them this is probably what we're going to go off of. So we find the 2 best spots on the D side, 2 best spots on the snake side. We go there, and then we basically just rock off that until something doesn't work. And when that doesn't work, we make minor changes, and then we practice that. We don't practice like too much though. We get like 3 or 4 good practices before the event. We're not doing nothing too crazy, but we just got to find out what works. We come out with 2 or 3 game plans, and that's it. We don't come out with 5 or 6, making all of them work 80% of the time. We come out with 3 or 4 that work 99% of the time.
And then he'll throw in a change up at the box when there's 3 seconds left sometimes.
Yeah.
Right, you hear some random code yelled out, and you're like, "Oh shit!" Everyone move on the box.
Yeah,
He's
we've
like,
done
no,
that
I'm doubling the
before.
home with you. I'm doubling the home. Like, what?
Okay.
But he makes it work, man. That guy, I'll tell you what, Ryan is an absolute, if you had to describe his game, improviser. Always improvising. And it works.
Yeah, man. So what do you think about that, dude? They're saying you're always getting after it.
Ryan.
He's muted. Ryan, you're muted.
Cool. All right. Anyway, so preparing for events, maybe Mark, you can talk about this. What actually do you guys do to prepare for events? What's mandatory? What's not? You got a tight leash on people. You miss one practice, you cut. Like, how do you guys prepare for events?
We practice. I mean, I don't want to make us sound like we're some all-stars. We practice like shit. We practice like shit. We go hard. You know, we don't like to lose. But sometimes it's actually more of an improvising thing. Like the first day on a layout, it's like, no, you go here, we improvise. The next day, you tighten it up a little bit more. But sometimes we just get our butts kicked at practice. But usually that works out better.
Like on practice, yeah, that's true.
Dude,
like
I like
practice,
it in my
like,
ass whooped at
we get
practice.
smoked.
I like it. I like it, dude.
It teaches you what to not do and what to look out for. Don't go to that bunker. You're gonna get shot by both sides. You're gonna get pinched out there. You know.
Yeah, shout out to all the local long live teams. when we're practicing them, we're usually playing these D4 teams that smoke us, but they teach us a lot how to play layouts and how to
Yeah.
counter them.
No, dude, for sure. You
Somebody's
gotta
gonna
rely.
say night night. Say night night.
Night,
Elijah,
night.
Bye bye.
tell him to say cow.
Little fuego.
All right, so like you said, so listen, do you think it's more the way you guys prepare for events and how you guys break down layouts? So when you guys get a layout for the very first time, you look at the piece of paper or you know whatever. Everyone gets phones now. How do you guys
No, we
break it
actually
down?
got
Is it,
Savage. We actually got board that Mark got from Savage Paintball.
oh,
Yep.
your 3D board. Okay, so
Yeah.
is that how you guys break it down? Everyone sits around the board and you guys kind of say what you guys think
I mean,
and
it
feel.
depends. We're at the field so much that was like for Philly, you know, like we would have that sitting on the table. It's very helpful, but we're just at the field so much. It's like we just learn the field.
All
I'm
right,
there
you just go
almost
there.
7 days a week. I work there. But I set that field up. I break it down. I clean it.
Yeah, dude, and I think that helps you. So why don't you speak on that for a minute? Do you think that helps you with layouts? Because I think that definitely helps you when you're sitting there, you're looking at it all the time, you're watching games be played on it, you're watching people make dumb mistakes. You're like, oh, I got
Yeah.
don't do that.
I mean, setting up the field too, because we set it up like different at the field. Like we don't just do one side at a time. We usually mirror the bunkers, so we put on the D1, the D1, the D2, the D2, and then we could start snake side, D side. And you do see some ghost shots sometimes. So like you're sitting in the D1, you see the snake corners right there. You have a shot there, then they put a brick there. You're shooting your gun, you put it right over the brick, it'll land into there.
Yeah,
And
you got to look at on bounce shots too, I bet.
yeah, one bounce shot. Funny story. I don't believe in bounce shots at all. I think they're the stupidest things in the world. Last
Hates 'em.
event 3, our snake player, we found this bounce shot. So you're at the snake 1, you shoot it at the Dorito tower. It goes straight into the 50 Dorito, which was pretty like everybody got there at some point in the game on the other team. You shoot it, it's a guaranteed kill shot. So we wouldn't even push the Dorito sometimes because we would let their front Dorito player die. We let them get up there. We shoot that bounce shot. We kill them. They would die. Then the whole D side opens up, and we're pretty much set from there. But
No, you're
we had some trouble shooting that shot, so didn't always work.
Dude, I fucking hate
Shit,
bounce
I was
shots.
wasting like two, 3 pods on that shit.
It's great though. Ryan's definitely like such a huge in there because I'll be working and he calls me and be like, "Yo, I got a shot from the D1." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I just seen it. Nobody knows about it."
Yo, I don't even hear Mark. I hear Mark like he's a mouse. Like,
Can you guys
I'm
hear
about to
me?
leave.
Oh,
I hear
no,
you.
yeah, that's on your end. No, Mike, you're fine, dude.
Yeah, but you tell Mark to shoot at one thing, he'll shoot it the whole game. Like we just started getting raw footage. There's one point where I'm sitting in the middle of the field. There's a guy 10 feet away from me. Mark's shooting like 10 pods at him. I'm sitting in the middle of the field, and I'm shooting snake side from the Doritos. I'm in the middle of the field, just chilling, doing nothing. Everybody could shoot me, but Mark's shooting over at him.
He knows I got the wire. I got his back. You know.
A big part of that is communication on our team.
And that's huge for us. Like that's like the main reason why we play together. When somebody, you know, communicates that they're doing something, they don't deviate from that. So you could like go out there and not worry about your back, and you know, we got it. You're not gonna get bunkered.
Yo, shout out to Nico for sharing us. Shout out to Nico for sharing Overshot a Paintball podcast. Just had to shout him out. I know he's not on the camera right now, but shout him out.
That's because the phone is all jacked up.
Yeah, no. So all right, just going back. I know I'm back now. You should have warned me. I was looking at something, but all good. So just now that Ryan's in here, give Ryan a little bit a shot. This, talk about a couple of things. So, couple questions, Ryan. Ryan, how do you think your team would do in TSXL D4, even this Sunday? And then what do you look for when stealing players from teams?
If we're to play D4 right now, if we had all of our guys, including the D4 players that we can't have right now, because they
So
rank.
what D4 players do you have that you can't have right now that you would think would make a
It's a
difference on the
secret. It's a
D4
secret.
level?
I'm working on stuff, so it's a secret. for now.
Okay, all right. So the
Rob
two
Lynch.
options,
We're gonna say
two of
that.
the
Rob
two
Lynch.
options that I think you're talking about. One was brought up earlier. That helped Josh get into paintball or like speedball. Jonathan Savell. And then I think maybe another one might be Carter Graff. I know he recently just ranked up to D4. I think while both of those are solid players, neither of them would be on your starting line in the current formation of this team. So, but I mean, what do you think you guys would do? Like, would you make it out of prelims? I mean, would you, what do you think you would do? I mean, is it bracket dependent? I mean, because there's definitely, I know you've played a couple other leagues, not too much. You don't travel too far. I don't long live, but I know you've seen a little bit. Do you think TSXL? You know, I mean, you're gonna say straight up. I'll go to all you. Do you think TSXL is the stronger of the leagues in the area? I know you've played with Taco Dial as well, so that kind of, I know you've played D4. So like, what do you think the big difference between D5 and D4 is? And do you think TSXL is the harder of the local leagues?
I've seen most of the teams, like when I went down to TPL, most of those teams were playing TSXL, but they kind of went over there. I think a lot of the Apocalypse D4 teams are like heavy guns, pocket balls, sit behind your gun the whole time, like the newbies. They sit behind their guns, they don't drop their lanes, they shoot 16 pods a game. Down at Long Live, everybody's a lot more just push for it, try and get the points, 4-0, whatever, which works sometimes. And that's why I kind of have both plans. I have, let's go up, let's try and kill everybody, and then let's just sit back, sit behind our guns. And we could do that in both aspects too. Like, we could play pocket ball in the beginning of the point, and then we see it's kill 2, we got 5 bodies up, and then we go and just put it down their throats. Like, that's what we did. A lot of teams that we play, like, we play them all the time at Long Live. We've played with them for tournaments before, like the Wolves. We play with them all the time. They kind of know how we play. Yeah. But, for example, like the Pirates match that we played, the first event, they gave it to us. They're pretty tough. This event, it was kind of, not to say easy, but we 4-0'd them just playing.
I mean, you kind of just said it was easy. That's what you just said, almost pretty much literally.
Yeah, but
Nah,
like,
this event had more
Bob.
stronger teams.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
for
Sin
sure.
Mob. You wouldn't think that they would be like.
Dude, shout out to Sin Mob. Like, they improved.
They're
like,
good dudes too.
We see, like Brian, like you said, you're there 7 days a week. Mark's there 4 days a week. Josh is there a lot. Mike's there a lot. Like, we've seen these guys every week, multiple days.
Yeah,
And I'll even be honest with you. I'll watch them drill. I'll watch them do stuff, and I'm still like, you guys just don't get it. Like I'll be honest with you. I like, even watching them drill, I'm like, I don't know. Like, you guys don't get it. And I think, shout out to Johnny Rockets. He definitely helped those kids, those guys, or whatever, like that. Those dudes, I've told them, I'll be straight up. Like, I've said to them, I'm like, to the owner guy, Chris, I'm like, dude, you need to cut everybody but one guy. One guy. I was like, dude, you should keep that guy Jordan, and then like the rest. I was like, dude, I told the guy Jordan, I'm like, dude, you should probably find another team. And like, they stepped up big time. So I know, kind of going into that, Ryan, that was probably the most adversity you guys have ever seen, like probably at an event. Like, that's a team you like on paper, that's a team you 4-0 or you 3-1 or something like that. So that's tying that match, kind of, coming off that, I mean, what was your guys' your guys' thing? Listen, like, I get it, like, you have the older guys, you have the kids. I know there was probably some yelling, some whatever, but I think at the end of the day, like, before that next match, you guys it seemed like you guys definitely regrouped.
Yeah,
We were pissed.
Yeah, these guys don't
Yeah,
really
that-
take
honestly-
losing too lightly. They're
Yeah, honestly, that made us like that fueled us up, to be honest. Like we were all pissed that we tied with them. Like we should have smoked them, but and then that just fueled us up, and then we just fucking killed shit the rest of the day, to be honest.
We notoriously don't play well the first point, sometimes even the first match, but still, I mean, a tie, a draw, that's like a loss. That sucks.
Yeah, that was our first prelim loss, or like, you know,
Yeah.
we call it a
really
loss.
lost for the whole team.
Not
since we were
win,
playing.
basically.
Yeah, and that's just the way that you guys are saying that, because like some teams like to Sin Mob to tie Step Bros was probably like
Fantastic.
we're the shit, like in like the way that you guys look at it, like wow.
Right. Sin Mom was probably stoked. Sin Mom was probably
Sin Mob
stoked.
was like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were happy when we
Yeah,
were
they were happy that they tied, to be honest.
yeah, when we were like giving them the handshake and shit, they were like, "Let's go," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
dude, I mean, because you guys are like, you know, you guys are the top dog in the tournament. Like, you know, you guys are like, at that time, you guys were either second or first in this. You guys were probably, I think you guys were first by a couple points in the series. You know what I mean? Like, for that team that I don't think they ever won a match, barely won points. That team's barely won points in any TSXL or in their existence of their team. Like, for them to come out and tie Step Bros was definitely big. And it kind of, you know, pushed you guys up against the wall, and then you guys then decided to keep going, because that could have crippled the team. That could have been a moment where the team could have like imploded, and then people leave.
Could have fell
Honestly,
apart, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean, it was about to if we didn't have Ryan being the little peace negotiator and the Lynches, but you know, Nico, I know you're
This team is like a therapy session. I have to take every person on this team. Doesn't matter who it is. It
You
doesn't
charge by
matter
the
what's
hour, or
going
what's the
on.
deal?
What?
I said you charge by the hour for these therapy sessions, or
should.
what's the deal? I mean,
No,
I'm crazy too. I could use some good
moves
advice.
now. He's probably dishing out money to hear their problems. That's how running a team works, Travis. I don't know.
Marky
I know you've
Mark
never done it
sponsoring
before.
co.
I know you've
Yeah,
done
Marky Mark
stuff like that.
sponsoring co coming soon. You guys will see it.
You'd have to do shout out Mark for sponsoring the champagne at TSXL though.
Anytime.
Yeah, but
TSXL is the
it
best
doesn't
league.
matter what's going on. There's
Oh,
always
by
an
far.
argument. There's always somebody's mad about losing. Somebody's not happy where they're playing. But we got rid of a lot of that. We dropped some people that just didn't care enough to play. Didn't care enough to play as a team. Didn't want to do. I don't like being super bossy, but some people just did not like what I had to say, so let them go. People weren't really happy about it, and they weren't putting nothing towards the team. So
Yeah, so kick rocks, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen, man. At the end of the day, if it doesn't work for both parties, like, you know, I've always said this too, and it's like, you know, there's some people that want to be on a team just because they want to be in the picture and holding up the one. There's people that want to play on the team to be the guy bunkering the last guy, and you know, and then there's people that they need something different to do than, you know, going to Applebee's or, you know, different teams for different people. And it's like, all right, yo, if you want to play that way, my thing's always been, you want to play that way, like you want to go to the field and drink twisted teas or whatever, or do whatever you want to do, or drink whatever, dude, all right, that's cool for you, but that's not why I'm coming here. I'm coming here for something different. Like, you know, just different stuff for different people. And like going into like what Ryan's saying, it's like not everybody fits that thing. And it's not, dude, and I don't hate you or nothing. It's just like, yo, this is what this team does. This team is a serious team. We want to win events. We want to work hard, whatever. You can't fit into our puzzle, then all right, dude, no hard feelings. Like, go do something else with somebody else. Like, don't
And
waste my time.
That shit trickles down too. That's the worst thing you want on a team. That's why, that's why I left where I was at. And this team is much different.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like high quality, I put a lot of time and effort into them with Mark and all the guys over there. But the one thing was they always got fucked up. They were never sober, just playing to have fun. And some of them were like, why not just have fun? And then some people were like, I just want to play serious. So the guys that wanted to play serious came to us. And now we're just playing. We're not messing around.
Shout out to Pat, shout out to Dustin, shout out to Jeff.
Yeah.
We took the good weight with us,
Yeah.
not the dead weight.
No, but there is a line, for I mean, you can kind of see, man, like even in your local area, you start to see the people who are more serious group together and the people that are and kind of play more scenario games.
Yep.
Yo, shout
All
out
right,
to the
sorry,
scenario.
sorry, Big Mike, Fuego, I got room for you now.
Shout out to the
Yo.
scenario games. I'm gonna come back one of these days. Scenario
Honestly,
man.
I miss them. I've kind of missed one. I need to play one.
We should get these guys out. If they
We
ever do
should.
Living Dead again, like the last one where it was us, newbies, bomb squad, and like we just like there's all these scenario teams and we just F them up with mechanical guns. That's what we'll do. We'll bring out the whole. Maybe we'll bring back Overshot Factory after I dissolved it. Maybe we'll just do that for a day or something. We'll just go play some wood flow.
My coming up soon. Maybe I'll have my birthday party at Long Live.
Just play a big game, dude. We should play a big game. Or we'll just have a Jelly Blaster party. I thought we were having one at that lake house that you rented.
Oh, that too.
Shout out to Jelly Ball.
Shout out to Gel Blaster LI. But we're gonna wait on that.
Shout out to Jelly Ball.
Do it inside.
And those bitches do hurt. Do not let them fool you.
Dude, Fuego, jeez. I got a video of a little girl saying it's like doesn't hurt that bad, and you're telling me it hurts.
at the range and the spots we shoot each other in the freaking head with that shit.
I'm pretty sure Josh almost got his ear shot off by one of them.
No. All Gel Blaster activities were at safe ranges, at safe velocities, with full protection.
Don't be like us.
We do not promote any unsafe Gel Blaster activities at
No Gel Blaster violence.
or any of our parent companies. For sure.
None. But all right, dude. We talked a lot about the past and what things that have already happened. But like, dude, what does the future hold for Step Bros, man? Like, to talk a little about even like, I guess we'll go as soon as like tomorrow. But like, what's like the future hold?
So, funny story. Not even funny story, but Step Bros originated when I was playing with Talcadile Supreme for just random long leg tournament. Our guy Dylan Leaf I don't know how it came up. He just said, "Son, stupid," and he started screaming that on the field. And then we all went out for a staff dinner, and a couple of the workers that we work with, there was a long-lived 3-man, D5, beginner, whatever. You were allowed one D4 player. I was a D4 player. These guys never played a tournament in their life. So then
it was Jeff, right? Who played with you?
It was Jeff and Jack.
Jeff and Jack. Shout out Jeff and Jack,
Yeah.
LLP employees.
There's a little argument because we stole Step Bros, the name. Dylan really wanted that to be his. So we stole that. We did horrible. We won like 1 point against the best
Step
team.
Bros' name is stolen and property of Dylan Lee.
Who'd you win that 1 point against, Ryan?
Yeah, we won 1 point against Mark, Fuego, and one other guy that they played with.
Ooh, damn, dude.
Yeah, pulled off
And
one on.
Can't beat him,
myself.
join him.
I shot Jeff and Jack, and then Ryan shot me.
And the other 2 players on his team too.
Yeah, he shot all 3 of us.
And the other 2 dudes too.
Rookie 3-man?
Yeah, that was.
Oh, dude, shout out. Shout out to Ryan playing rookie.
That 3-man was a fucking nightmare.
We never played 3-man.
Never played a 3-man ever, so that
3-mans are nuts, dude. 3-man's not real paintball. It's like
Totally different.
whack-a-mole and then like running around in circles. It's like it's crazy. It's a lot.
And then once one side of the field gets killed, it's over. It's tilted. It's like this.
Unless Ryan's the one left against you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's he just went and put it back this way. Fucking shit.
Yeah, but then from there we played another 5-man tournament under Step Bros, and Dylan kind of just gave up on fighting us because he's not going to win.
Like, this is mine now. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, and then we took the name again, and then Philly, we just couldn't come up with a name because there's always an argument about something. And then I just went on APPA, made a new team, and called it Step Bros HQ because at that time, high quality was still a thing. We took 3 of their players. So, Step Bros HQ, we played Philly, and then now it's just Step Bros. Our thing now.
So
Now you
what's
got the name unlocked.
what's the goal, dude? You're gonna bump up to D4 next year. You're gonna shoot up straight to D3. You're gonna play semi-pro next year. You're gonna play Woods Bowl.
Nah, I think we're gonna play D4 for TSXL again, and then some of the players that just want to play, they want to have fun, they'll play some D5 TSXL.
And for this upcoming World Cup, D5.
Yeah, we're gonna play
yeah.
D5, try and get that back from Tropic Thunder.
Oh, D5 Tropic. So that's another thing that I want to kind of bring up here. I think right now the Northeast is, and specifically New Jersey, the Long Live area is they have the top D5 Expo team in the world being Tropic Thunder, and then they have the top D5 5-man team in Blizzard. And now Blizzard, shout out to Blizzard, nice guys and everything like that, but Blizzard barely makes it out of prelims in TSXL. The Tropic Thunder, they get second, they get fourth. I think the first one they got 8-6 or something. So they're always in the mix and anything like that. So as people that have played, and I know you guys just played Philly, you guys played Philly together, and this is something that I just want to know. And whatever, be straight up as you can. But like, is NXL easier than TSXL? I've always tried to I know some events, reffing this way, that way, but I mean, first we'll start off. I know Ryan's been talking a lot, so maybe we'll leave him to the end. Josh, what is your views on that? Or even saying, does TSXL get you guys ready for the national stage?
Yeah, so for the level we were playing at in Philly, which was D5, I would definitely say the competition at TSXL was 100% higher. I mean, we blew through prelims until it came to semis with no questions asked. I think we might have 4-0'd every single team. So
Yeah,
it was
we
definitely-
mercied every team from Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, every single team from Friday to Saturday we mercied, and then of course that tough loss with Bomb Squad. But definitely harder competition at TSXL without a question asked, and I think that comes to you know what? I'm not even gonna go there because
It comes from a lack of using the correct system at Jim's events. So I think a lot of people stay in that lower tier for longer than a lot of the other people in the nation. And while that's good, trying to prepare for a national stage, because I mean, there's other things that other areas of the country, like Texas is usually a good state. Like Texas in every division usually does well, but there's things that they do in their area that they don't use the system exactly how it's meant to be. And I don't think APPA is the end all be all to any of it, but it's just good. It's just good to know that the TSSL and it's proof in pudding. Like I said, we have the #1 D5 X-Ball team. Bomb Squad Black did well. You guys did. The top 3 at the Philly podium all play the TSXL. And even even in 5-man. So good luck to you guys, definitely in Florida and anything like that. Just kind of going. I want to kind of go to Fuego a little bit. Newer to the scene. I know he's been around for a little bit. Took a hiatus. What did you see? Philly NXL versus TXXL, or any other comments or things that you like that one did that the other didn't do, or just kind of as a new fresh face to competitive paintball in the last couple of years? What do you kind of see the pros and cons of each?
Let's talk about it. The field. The field was not up to par. Like it's a national event. I personally expected a whole lot better of a field, but I mean, it is what it is. That's the past, and we already did it. But I feel like when you guys stick at Long Live, and Long Live to me is just the greatest field. I played at in fields in Long Island and Staten Island, some here in Jersey too, but I feel like Long Live is just the spot. And you guys doing it there, that just makes it better than NXL right there.
Turf, baby.
Yep,
I mean,
turf.
it's a high.
Do you feel all paintball should be played on turf?
No.
I mean, it wasn't that bad playing
People
on grass and shit, but I mean, there was barely grass on the floor. It was more dirt than grass. So I mean, I played on grass fields before. They're not that bad, but I always prefer turf because sliding is just a lot more easier. You know.
I'm gonna put it out there. I think Step Bros was at a huge advantage because we had me and Nico. Our knees don't break, man.
Yeah, and you guys can run around straight up and still be covered by a bunker.
Stay short. Stay short.
For real, I don't know about
You
Nico.
don't even see the
Nico,
top of their
he's
head
shooting
running
up.
around.
I don't know about Nico staying short. That guy is shooting.
Staying small.
Stay small.
Nah. I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there.
What do you do?
I hope you stay small, kid. We would all hope for that.
He can run from snake corner to D corner and make it.
A lot of people can make it, Mark. You just don't got the timing down, dude.
Yeah,
I
you
can
are
make
right.
it. It
It's
don't
all
look
about
pretty
timing. It's all about timing. That's a fact.
And they should
And how
definitely
you
bring
put them
back the
in
bigger
and when
games.
you move.
Yeah, timing is everything. All right, cool, man. Yo, so we're coming to the end now. We've talked about a lot, the future, the past, this, that, and the other thing. But now, because I know this is going to take a little bit, and after the first one goes, we'll bring Big Mike. I see you down there to give your opportunity to shout out. But this is the end, man. So give your shout outs. Thank people, whoever you want to. We'll start with Josh and work our way around, man.
All right, yeah. So of course, shout out to Long Live Paintball. The spot, like Fuego said. Shout out to all the reffing crew at Long Live who makes the field pristine. Shout out to TSXL and all the boys, you know.
Hell yeah, yo. And what's your Instagram handle, bro?
And
How can people
Burloo.
find you?
Shout out to Burloos.
Dude, what's your IG handle stuff? How can people find you?
It's Josh_Katz Nelson, KATSNELSON.
Hell yeah, have it in description. All right,
Yo,
cool.
and
Mark, you're
shout
up
out,
next.
Shout out Josh at TSXL MVP.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he was.
And then he worked the next day. So, but he's the man.
Shout out, Josh. All right, Mark, you're up.
I mean, piggybacking off of what Josh said, shout out to Long Live Paintball, everybody in that whole organization, from Jim and Rich all the way down, every last worker that's there. You know, we try to clean up for those guys. They're always picking up our shit and putting up with our shit. So Long Live is awesome. Shout out to Nick's Hometown Tavern. If you're ever in the Hazlitt Middletown area and you need a drink and something to eat, they sponsored the champagne for TSXL. Shout out to these guys right here. I mean, I love these guys on my team, and they made me a hell of a lot better player than I was a year ago. So everybody in this organization, shout out to you, Travis, and Waldo, man, TSXL.
Dude, all of you. People are dropping like flies. All right, well, Fuego, now it's your turn.
Yo, I just want to give a shout out to, once again, Long Live. No, that's the home. I want to give a shout out to my team, Step Bros. You already know the fucking vibes. Shout out to you, Travis. Shout out to you, Waldo. And you know, get used to seeing our faces because we're gonna be in the scene.
Are you James? You know the vibes?
You know the fucking vibes. Yo, shouts out to James too, my man. Shouts out to James too.
Yeah, shout out to the Wolves, man.
Dude, hell yeah, of course. Dude, I love those guys on the Wolves. All right, Mike, your turn. Give us your shout outs, man.
All right, let's go. Shout out. First of all, I got to shout out the team. Ryan, that's my guy. And the whole team. Rigo, Mark, Nico, Josh, Corey, Chris, the Lynches, everyone. Shout out Waldo, TSXL, baby. Best league in the East. Shout out Rich. I used to work at Long Live. That's my guy, Rich. They all work hard for the field and shit. Evan and all them, the shop Dylan, Hemo, everyone, the Long Live staff.
All the Taco
And,
Dog guys.
yeah, the Taco Dog guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Dude, hell yeah. Yo, thank you guys so much for coming on, giving us insight to your guys' team, letting us know, what makes you guys tick, how you guys break down. I really appreciate the info. I am going to try and stall for 2 more seconds as I give Ryan time to come in here.
Come on, Ryan. Ryan, Nico, shout your peeps out.
Yeah.
Yo,
all
for
right.
Josh, kill 2, snake 3. You heard?
Viper 12 times. Shout out to
All right,
Corey, too.
All right,
He missed it.
all
He should've
right.
been on it.
All right, Nico.
Shout out Corey, last event's MVP. All right, let's go.
All Let's go. I think you're Nico. Nico, let's go. Shout him out.
Shout out to Marky Mark Sponsor and Co. for helping us out with
Sponsored Geo4s.
Yeah, sponsored. Hashtag sponsor Broken Geo4s. They always work. Buying a gun every other weekend that's broken. So that's it.
That's Nico.
Dude, I love it.
That's
love
not my
it.
Can we get Ryan in here? Ryan's got nothing to say with his pink hoodie. Come on.
With his pink hoodie.
Full send, baby. Full send. Full send.
Just purple Crocs, too.
Look a little pink.
He
Is it
definitely
pink
got
or is it
Crocs
my-
on.
My camera here.
No, we
Croc
can't hear you.
boys.
What'd you touch?
Lavender, like his Crocs.
Yeah, you got real men wear pink.
Dude, you're not a man. You're 10 years old.
Yeah, shout
You're
out
10 years old.
Everybody that helped before TSXL's even ready. That's a pain in the ass. Everybody that works there knows. Shout out to everybody on the team. That's about it. I don't got too many people to shout out, but we just gotta play our game and we're all good.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. And just want to say shout out to Pirates, even though I think that's a troll, and I wanted me to call you all clowns. But guys, thank you for tuning in, checking out the podcast. We love all of you. We love all the Step Bros. Thank you guys all for coming in and hanging out, and so much of you guys' team for giving us insight. And we will catch all of you on the next one. Take it easy, guys.
Take it easy.
Thanks.